Hey guys, how's everyone? Today I went Christmas shopping. The mall was packed. I went with my grandma because I have a ton of cousins. So, since I live in the same house as her, I went with her to help her out. And, we were out from like 11 o'clock this morning and did not get back till seriously 9 o'clock tonight. And I actually get along pretty well with my grandma. She's not the cuddly type, but she just has a really funny, sarcastic kind of edge to her. But most of the time it's just fun. But, usually when I'm out doing something, like I noticed in the past, one of my hardest issues with social anxiety is being forced into a place or just a situation where I feel trapped and like I can't leave. That's a super, super huge trigger for me and like panic attacks. But normally when I go out and I'm like physically moving and I'm just getting something accomplished, I'm okay. But when it's for an extended period of time, it really gets to me because, you have to kind of keep up, your attitude, and you can't start to withdraw, or the other person's going to notice. So, that got really hard after a while. The last, 3 hours, I was, so... I just hit a mental wall. I was I cannot do this any longer. I was trying to hurry her up so much. In, the politest way possible. But, I just couldn't do it. I was freaking out. I just shut down. I was okay, just even the way I was talking just kind of changed subtly. And I still forced myself to kind of joke around with her a little bit, so hopefully she didn't notice. I don't think she did. But, it was intense. And because we got back so late, we stopped to eat, and my grandpa ended up driving up to meet us. And it's totally, I'm totally grateful for them for living here with no rent and stuff. And, they paid for dinner, of course. They never let me pay. And it's not that, I just feel like half the time either I feel ungrateful or I'm thinking that they think I'm ungrateful. So I feel really guilty. And it's not that I don't want to spend time with them, even though honestly they drive me crazy. I would still do it because they're my grandparents. But when I start freaking out and I'm already on that kind of level of panic and anxiety, I'm not gonna lie, it was really, really hard for me to sit there for an hour. I was freaking out the entire time. The entire time. I haven't had that bad of anxiety in a social situation where I'm out, I'm totally used to the one in school and all that kind of crap. I just expect that. But it was really hard to kind of fall back into it, even when it wasn't a situation I'm normally, very anxious in. That was just really disappointing. So yeah. Let's see. Sometimes I try to write down what I want to say, just because I hate when my mind goes blank. So last week has been pretty challenging. My mom was laid off at her job. She was a manager at a restaurant, and they promised her a new job at the new restaurant close by. It's a kind of chain restaurant, not a big chain at all, but it's a steakhouse type restaurant. And they promised her a new day manager job, and because the economy basically sucks ass right now, they're delaying the opening until the end of February. So basically, the people that they had told were going to move to the new restaurant and that they were going to start, this December, were all just basically laid off. And it was what the fuck? So there's been some more family drama. My mom's like really upset and stuff. My dad has a great job. He works for the government, so it's not like, they're gonna lose the house or anything, you know what I mean? But it was definitely, we don't have money, and that was an income that we needed. I mean, she's been about looking for another job, obviously, but yeah, that was not good news. So I don't know. I mean, I feel really bad for her. But when I get really involved in other people's problems, not that I shouldn't get involved in my mom's life or anything, but, I don't know. I think I bring on a lot of, like, worry on myself a lot of the time. Like, I just take on other people's problems because I'm, like, so empathetic that I'm like, oh my god, I feel anxious for you. And that starts to trigger my own anxiety. So I kind of, anyway, a little mini update. School. I don't want to go into detail because it's really upsetting me, but yeah, it's just like done. This semester, I'm not going to get anything out of it at all. It's just totally screwed over. My dog, I just found out today too. She's sick. Just so depressing. She's like my dog. Apparently, she was chewing a bone or something. Dog bone. And she didn't chew it all the way or something, and they thought she swallowed it, and it had like a sharp edge or something, and it might have hurt her, throat and her stomach or something, because she was yelping whenever my family was like touching her, and they found like a half-eaten bone in the middle of the floor. So they took her to the emergency vet, and they took x-rays and stuff, and they gave her like pain medication and stuff, and I hope it's supposed to, it's a dog bone, it's supposed to dissolve, so it's supposed to be fine, but I don't know. That freaked me out because I hate when my dog's sick and I'm not home. I'm not there. I kind of wanted to talk about how I haven't really coped with my anxiety well at all. My answer to all this anxiety and panic is to withdraw and to avoid situations and people, and basically just to like shut myself off. And I know I do it all of the time. Like, the only way I feel like I can survive most of the time is if I make myself just stop feeling anything. Like, hey, if someone's being mean to me or rude, or I get my feelings hurt or whatever, if I'm uncomfortable, if I can just make myself stop feeling anything and stop thinking about it, then it's not going to matter, it's not going to hurt me, I'm going to be fine. Like, that's what I say to myself. But, sometimes that helps prevent or kind of stop my anxiety, but most of the time it doesn't. And I feel like it's definitely like a double-edged sword, because I feel like I do it way too often now. I just like disassociate myself from everything. Like, I used to be so into writing and just, giving my all into helping other people. Like, I always felt like when I got older that I would have a job that would actually be meaningful to me. And right now I'm just not on that path. Like, I feel like I'm in survivor mode all the time. And I'm just so sick of like living in my head. Like, do you ever feel that? I'm so sick of my entire like thought processes, feelings just being stuck in my head. So yeah, I'm just really like disgusted with myself, I mean, not, disgusted with myself, but just like, I mean, I'm looking forward to the future in a way. Like, if I can get over some of my issues, I'm like, hell yeah, I want all these things, in my life. But it just doesn't seem possible right now. Anyway, really quickly, I think I mentioned my sister. I talked to my sister, and she said she would talk to my mom about me, if they could help me out with getting counseling and, possibly medication. And I found out that she did talk to my mom. She didn't go into that much detail with her. She just told my mom that I wanted to go back to the doctor and, try and get my stress under control, that I was just really stressed out from school and stuff. Which isn't even like the tip of the iceberg, but I guess my mom was really casual about it and was like, oh yeah, sure, okay, that's fine. And I'm grateful for that, but then again, it's like she didn't really explain my situation. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm happy, that happened, but how did you tell your parents? I just have no words. Oh, I'm out of time. Shit. I'll put my song on the, side, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.